What's up, people? I just wanted to make a quick video in response to some comments on my first video. Look, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I don't have some kind of schedule that I have to adhere by. I make videos when I can, and that's not very, very often, but if you guys like this content, say so, comment. I don't work for LingQ. I don't make any kind of commission off of their stuff. I just use it and I like it, so I'm going to support it. But if you like another tool or another way of learning languages, put it in the comments. I'd be glad to give it a try, take a look at it. Some people have posted some nasty stuff or some pretty negative things. For what reason, I don't know. And I removed those comments, not because I'm afraid of them or anything. I don't think that kind of negativity is helpful at all. But look, I'm going to keep learning Russian, keep learning slowly but surely. I don't have, 10 hours a day to dedicate to learning a language, so I'll learn, when I can. This last weekend I was traveling all weekend, so I didn't have a ton of time to devote to it, though I did do some reading and some listening while I was on the plane and while I was away on business. I'm going to keep, trudging through it. And I also wanted to clarify one other point. I keep seeing in the comments and through other messages that people are kind of getting on to me for not learning grammar. I'm not trying to diss grammar. I just don't think that this skill building method of doing grammar first and then thinking that you understand the language is the way to go. I think that we all acquire language in the same way. I think we acquire it through comprehensible input. And that we use grammar to put on top of that language that we already know. So I do think that grammar is important. I just meant in my video that I'm not going to focus on grammar first. I'll look at it when it's helpful. Like there's been a few times when I wasn't clear on what the purpose of a particular ending was. I forget what it was now, but I went and looked it up, and that's good. I mean, I'll probably forget it and have to come back to it at some point, but I think I'll get more used to it when I simply hear people speaking correctly and I read good literature. I think those things will slowly start to sink in. And then later, if I have a Russian grammar at home that I borrowed from a friend, I'll look at that from time to time. But I'm not going to sit there and study tables and memorize thousands of words out of context. I think that's a bad way to learn language, because that's how I did it for all these years. I studied biblical Greek, biblical Hebrew, and Aramaic, and it was all through memorizing tables and vocabulary, and there wasn't a ton of exposure to real content. I guess in that sense it would be, reading passages from the Bible. It was mainly just focusing on grammar. And it was the same thing with French and Spanish when I was in high school and college. It was just a constant focus on grammar and vocabulary, and even speaking a lot, which was really hard because we didn't have anything to say. And so anyway, I'm taking a new approach because I've failed at language learning in the past. I can still read the biblical languages decently with a little help, but French and Spanish, nope, not very good. Spanish is actually better than Russian. I can understand a little bit. I had some conversations this weekend when I was down in South Florida with people that only speak Spanish, and I could get by. But with the Russian, I understand very little, a few words here and there. So anyway, I just wanted to put this video out there as a clarifying video. It's already getting a little bit long. It's coming on almost 5 minutes now. So yeah, look, let's be encouraging to one another. And, I'm not I'm not trying to be a YouTuber, a professional YouTuber, or anything like that. I don't have any kind of aspirations toward that. I'm just trying to encourage other people in their language learning. So look, I want to speak Russian. I'm also working on Spanish in my free time, which isn't very much, but I read an article here or there in Spanish to kind of keep things up, and then I speak to people around town when I see them. We have a lot of people from Guatemala and other places like that where we are, so I hear Spanish a lot, and so it's nice to be able to communicate with people in their mother tongue, to the extent that I can. But anyway, I'm going to keep going with Russian. You guys give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you like these videos, if you want to see them keep coming. If you heard a troll, just move on. I'm just going to delete your comment if you troll or you say nasty stuff. Look, I want to encourage you. That's why I made this channel. So anyway, happy language learning. Hope you guys do well. Let me know if you have any questions or even suggestions or tips that might help me. Do you ever see me doing something wrong or inefficient that I could do better? Pop a comment down there. It's something encouraging, and let's help one another along on this journey of language learning. All right. You guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.